Good morning and welcome back to 4 More Minutes. I'm the Soul Stir, Sam Bailey, stirring up your hearts and minds for God. I want to thank you all for continuing to support this Monday through Friday as we attempt to put some positivity into the world, some encouragement, some motivation, and some inspiration. So I pray that you continue to share this with someone, and I thank you again in advance for your support. My thought today, and probably with half of the people in America, just got watched the the Patriots and not the Patriots, the Buccaneers and the Cowboys on last night, and it got me thinking about something, and that is the consolation prize. Um, there's no consolation prize for missing heaven. I know we fail to really consider this sometimes, that there's no alternative. There's no place that you go until you decide whether or not you want to go or get it right or make it or anything like that. It just doesn't work like that. I didn't come up in a generation with the guys who coached us and taught us where, everybody gets a prize. In life, there's winners and there's losers. And there's a different consequence, based upon whether you win or whether you lose. When you win, you get to celebrate. You feel good, you're excited. And when you play sports, like I did my whole life, competitive sports, football, baseball, basketball, you learn that sometimes you don't like it, it's not pretty, but a win is a win. And one thing we were taught that's a lot different than people nowadays, that a loss, it's a loss. No matter how good you felt you played or how good you did at the end of the day, that L is a L. And as I was saying yesterday, some people, like, I've never seen people celebrate playing good so much. I think we teach that to our good. That'd be like you saying, I did good, but you didn't make it to heaven. You can't celebrate that. And I think we teach our kids that same thing too. Even when kids are playing t-ball and softball now, they have the consolation prize. Everybody gets a ribbon, a participation ribbon. I think we teach them to go get the opposite of what life really is. And life is you win and you lose. But you ought to be wiser from the L's that you take. And the L's make you strong, and the L's make you tough, and the L's make you more prepared. You can make you go back to the drawing board. And even if you had some good moments and some high points, you lost. And I think that's something that's missing from our society. Because think about it, in the big picture, if you don't make it to heaven, then everything that you did in your life, what was it for? As Jesus said, what profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? Or what will he give in exchange for his soul? So I think we ought to reconsider the consolation prize. People said life is not about winning. It's not about winning and losing. Yes, it is. In the end, it's going to be you make it or you don't. You get it or you don't. Salvation, you have it or you don't. And I think that we've got to really correct some of that thinking with this current generation, and especially with our younger kids. We want to shelter them. Everybody gets a hit. We didn't play that kind of t-ball, or everybody gets to play. Sometimes you don't play because you haven't earned that right to play, or somebody's better than you, than ahead of you, and you've got to go get it and earn the spot. And I think that adversity that you have to go through to overcome to get you those points in life helps you to appreciate it more in life. So remember, there is no alternative for missing the ultimate goal and going to heaven, and we should stop giving alternatives to our young people and people who are not reaching the bar and not living up to a standard. We have to keep the standard raised, and we have to also realize that there are consequences to coming up short in some areas of our lives, and consequences to choices that we have to deal with. So thank you guys for listening today, and I hope that made sense, and I hope that's something you can share with someone else. And I pray that we wouldn't just live our lives for consolation, because there's not one in life, but that we would live our lives for the prize. As Paul would say, run that we might win the prize. You don't go into a fight to a competition to tie or to play good. You go to win, and we ought to do that. Take that same approach to life. So God bless you all. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you Monday right here on 4 More Minutes.